Hello, I am building a tabletop role-playing game, and I want you to help me. Ever since I was a wee lad, I've always been really into game development and world building and storytelling and all sorts of nerd stuff, but like the good nerd stuff. We love good nerd stuff. At the age of 12, I signed up for an online game development forum when their minimum age requirement was 13, so I love game development enough that as a child I lied, which is a big no-no. Throughout the years, I've built a whole bunch of games, nothing you've ever really heard of, because building games does not necessarily mean deploying them. Like, I just made them because I enjoyed it, not to make it a career. Video games, tabletop games, role-playing games, all sorts of stuff, just for me and my friends. And now, it's time to do something a little different. I am beyond delighted to announce the next major project that I will be putting my whole self into, Proscenium, a tabletop RPG for everyone. The best stories are told together, and that means from the start to the finish. Proscenium is going to be an open development game. I am going to be sharing the process of making this system and building the periphery around it with you. Streams with world building, content with showing my process of how I go about doing game design and planning for making sure this is gonna be fun. And at the core of this is community. As someone who has been running tabletop games for a long time now, and who has always loved homebrew content, Proscenium is being designed from the start with homebrew in mind. There is going to be a default setting, and I'll get to that in a moment, but you don't need to use it, despite the default setting also being specifically constructed to be extendable. The core rule set of Proscenium is being designed thoughtfully around the idea of being able to expand upon it, alter it, add your own flavor to things, and support any type of homebrew, custom abilities, custom playable races, custom locations, anything. And also, as somebody who's run a lot of tabletop games, I know how hard it can be for people to onboard. Even people who really want to play the game can sometimes have trouble with certain concepts or getting all the pre-reading done that's required to actually be able to play and know what you're doing. And so to that end, I am designing Proscenium with the following concepts at heart. 1, it should take 10 minutes to learn, at most. 2, it shouldn't require a whole bunch of fumbling and figuring out what dice to roll or doing mental math. 3, it is designed to be accessible and inclusive. There's no fantasy racism in the default setting, and it's not going to take a whole lot of effort to figure out how to play. I'm designing it such that anyone of any capacity should be able to play. But while I am going for inclusive and easy to learn and simple to run, I don't want to compromise the integrity of a system that actually does something. There will still be vibrant character customization and a core rule set that invokes interesting and complex gameplay situations whenever they need to arise. All of that without having a situation where your fighter has to roll like 18,000 dice and then add 400 to every result and then ask the DM, does that hit? There are 2 more major parts to this announcement. It's a big one. I've talked to Smidge about how there is a default setting. Let me talk to you about that real quick like. I would like to welcome you to the Great Spires, an endless plain of massive rocky plateaus that rise up over the clouds, each one with its own climate, weather, and topology confined to itself, like an endless plain of interconnected snow globes. A maze of land bridges connects all of these spires, creating an endless world of endless possibilities. At the core of this world is the UCS, the United City Spires, 5 cities that have come together to form a sort of safe zone within the world. You can play as much as you want within the UCS or explore out into the beyond, travel into the wilds. Because the plane is endless and because each spire is unique, if you just need a single location to run a simple one-shot, you can still use the default setting and just have one spire. If you just like world building, you're not so interested in running the game, you can just design your own spires and share them with people who can then incorporate those into their campaigns. Mix and match whatever you see fit. It's your game, and this world exists to support you in running it. There will be a whole lot more information on the default setting coming out over time, including a wiki that you'll be able to browse to learn as much as you care to learn. But part 3 of this announcement is the Proscenium companion app. I have been a software developer for most of my life, and I'm pretty tuned in to caring about user experience. And so I am going to be personally building a Proscenium companion app. You'll be able to just go to proscenium.game and play. No account necessary, no subscription fees. You should not have to do hours of pre-reading and spend hundreds of dollars on materials and have a subscription to some app to be able to play a game. It's gonna be freely available for whoever wants it. Within this app, you'll be able to design your character, grow along with them, and also use it to develop your own homebrew for the game. That's right, the app itself is also a dedicated homebrew editor for building content for other people to be able to use in their Proscenium games. All of this is to work towards an inclusive and accessible game system that anyone can play without having it limit your creativity. This project is going to be a massive undertaking, but it is a confluence of all of my passions. Software development, game design, making people happy, telling stories, world building, everything. All of it rolled up into Proscenium. But I cannot do this alone, and I'm going to need your help. I have already reached out to a bunch of your favorite TTRPG creators, and I could not be more excited to collaborate with all sorts of folks to do playtesting and give feedback and guest-written content and whatnot. I'm excited for that side. I am equally excited to playtest with the community and share this with you and get feedback as I'm building this. You are a part of this too. If you would like to get involved and you would like to help as directly as possible, the best way to do that is to sign up for my Patreon. Every tier on my Patreon will get access to insider info, and higher tiers will have first dibs on playtesting sessions with yours truly. If you want to learn more about the system and an overview of the 5 city spires, and you want to see a roadmap of how I'm going to do this project, you can head to proscenium.game and check out all the info that is there. And you thought I was done announcing things, but I've got another thing to say. I have just done the biggest merch drop that I've ever done. There are over 25 new items on my merch store with new designs from the incredible Lilith Knox, and I'm really loving them. You should definitely check it out. That is, again, another great way to support my work and help me see all of this through. The last thing that I want to do is charge people for the privilege of having fun with a thing that I made. That ain't me. I'm really hoping to be able to support this project through community support and involvement. I'm also open to working with reputable TTRPG brands that might be interested in sponsoring the project in some way. If you're interested, you can contact me, contact@proscenium.game. And if you are a TTRPG creator who would like to get involved, do some playtesting, feedback, maybe run a session on your stream sometimes, hit me up. I am heading off to Gen Con in just a few days, and I was really focused on getting this announcement ready in time, and I'm thrilled to be able to do that. I'm going to be very loud about this for a while, so yeah. As for the rest of my work, this is not replacing anything. This is what I've been doing in addition to other things. I've been working on this pretty hard in the background for quite some time now. I'm just taking it public. So when you think endeavorance, there are 2 main things. Stuff keeps happening, and Proscenium, and random bad play of video games. I'm gonna be honest with you. Before I started recording, I was so nervous that I was shaking. That has never happened before. That's how excited I am about this. So thank you for listening. Thank you for your support. Check out proscenium.game, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.